Hello neighbors, it's Crazy Double D with HD Gaming Live, and I'm here with another review. This is called KLAUS. It's a puzzle platformer developed by La Casa Entertainment. You follow an office worker with fantastic hair, might I add, who wakes up in a basement with no idea of who or where he is, with his only clue being the word Klaus written on his arm. His Dick Tracy-style suit and his tiny shoes, he's forced to escape the mechanical world in which he finds himself a prisoner. Before we talk about gameplay, let's talk about story. I don't think I have ever been so intrigued by the mystery of and potential depth of a story in a platforming game. I was quick to initially dismiss the story as a cliche mystery telling. But as it unfolds, you get a sense of some deep psychological questions that deal with the very human emotion of feeling left out, overlooked, and unseen in life. It caught my attention in a very real way. As the game progresses, you get this feeling of duality in the storytelling. There's this mystery of who and where you are, but mixed in are these secret levels where the gameplay and narration take a drastic turn. These secret areas are where I wanted the story to focus on, but we'll talk about that later. Gameplay consists of your typical platforming, double jump, and avoid the dangers. The way they improve on the platforming model, however, is with the use of the PlayStation 4's touchpad. You will be running along, avoiding spikes, and come to a door. You then must use the touchpad and hover the cursor over the door's button to open it. In the early stages, it's straightforward as to what needs to be done. But as you progress, you will be holding the controller awkwardly to flip floor tiles, open doors, and move platforms all at the same time. The best part, I didn't mind it. A typical puzzle that would be at the end of an area would be one where you wouldn't even platform to complete. You would use the touchpad to control the environment and move a key through the puzzle, right to your pocket. It was a bold move to break up the gameplay, and I loved each one. Something that struck me as odd and out of place but worked perfectly was boss battles. Frustrating, pattern-based boss battles. Now this is something different in a game like this, which doesn't really have combat. But again, the developers found gameplay that is not only fun, but breaks up the tedious feelings you might get. Just when you think you have a grasp on the gameplay and feel like you're a pro, they will throw something like controlling two characters at once through the level, each having their different abilities and skills. I won't go further on this due to spoilers, but be ready for a game that doesn't let you get bored. Side note, I was angry I couldn't tickle Klaus with my touchpad. Odd, I know. Oh look at he adjusts his tie when you press triangle. He's like, yeah. What about any other ones? What's this? Oh, he just adjusts his tie with stuff. Can I, like, tickle him? Hello? Okay, no. Can't tickle him. What did I have problems with? First was how the story was presented to me. Although it was stylistic with words popping up on screen non-intrusively and your character reacting to what those said, sometimes I would be speeding through the level, focusing on not dying over and over, rather than reading these sentences. So I missed out on quite a few plot lines. Death in this game comes easy, but the death sound and animation is underwhelming. For something that happens this often, I would hope for more of a oomph when I failed. During these levels, you can find these glowing balls that are usually just off the regular path. Hopping into these will take you to what I consider to be the best part of the game. Each secret area contains a unique puzzle to solve that usually involves odd or abnormal controls that's different from the main game. The first one I came across, the character could only move left, so I had to figure out how to get to the exit without moving right. Another had me controlling a mirrored character that would mimic my button inputs, but each mirror had a different course to navigate. In these secret area puzzles is where this existential look on my life happened. The messages that were conveyed in here were powerful and thought-provoking. I believe the game could entirely consist of these secret area levels alone and be a success. They were so intriguing that I was rushing through the normal game to find the next one. Think, create. No, dude, ignorance down there, as I bet that kills you. This is fantastic. These are better than the whole game. Should have just been these puzzles. The atmosphere is fantastic. There are small things in the background like flickering lights, vents blowing puffs or steam. Tiny mice will follow you around, and if you stand in place for a long enough time, he'll pull out a comb and slick his hair back, greaser style. There it is! Yeah, dude! He flips it up. That's amazing. Each level from the basement up will have a different overall background color that helps the visuals from becoming tired and overused. The music didn't make me say, I need the original soundtrack now. But it wasn't bad. The sound effects helped convey to me what the character was thinking and feeling. He would sneer or say, oh, when you found a secret area orb. Sometimes he would give me a concerned, if I was failing at platforming, along with the occasional laugh that would motivate me to figure it out and get past the obstacle. KLAUS is a game that will have you sticking your tongue out like Michael Jordan, moving in your chair hoping that your movement will help the character get that extra centimeter needed to land on the platform. Although I was raging at times due to difficulty, and it was hard to follow the main story, the unique platforming gameplay and controls, mixed with the clever puzzles and the hilarious way it breaks the third wall, is enough for me to recommend to players who are new or veterans to both platforming and puzzle games. And neighbors, that's KLAUS. I don't give scores in my reviews, I give recommendations. Recommendations based off games that I think, if you've played before, you'll like this. KLAUS is on the PSN store now for $19.99, $20. So if you're a fan of platformers, I say go buy this right now. The $20 is well worth it. There's plenty of content to keep you going. That's it for me, neighbors. Have a good one.